Welcome to the short CDT Loop in Rocky Mountain National Park. The CDT stands for Continental Divide Trail. If you don't know, the entire Continental Divide Trail is over 3,000 miles. It starts at the border of Mexico in New Mexico, goes up to the border of Canada in Montana, and this loop in Rocky Mountain National Park just gives you a little snippet of the CDT. This trail is also known as the North Inlet Tonahutu Loop because it follows those two trails, the North Inlet and the Tonahutu. It's called the short CDT Loop because there is a longer loop that's 45 miles long, but this loop is about 29 miles long. However, my friends and I are doing an extra 4-mile excursion up to Lake Nakoni, so we're actually doing 33 miles in this video. This hike starts in Grand Lake, Colorado. There are multiple entrances to Rocky Mountain National Park, but this one starts over by Grand Lake. Part of this trail is actually closed to day hikers. It's only open to backpackers because you go through a lot of burn area and some of that is not yet open yet. This area burned in, it was either 2020 or 2021. I can't remember which year because we had big fires in both of those years in Colorado. So this trail actually, I've wanted to do it for ages, but it's been closed for a couple of years and they finally have reopened the entire trail to backpackers. So I'm really thrilled to be out here. By the way, I apologize for my absence from making videos for the past couple of months. I've had several hikes canceled due to weather, smoke, and snow, so I'm back to it. And this is a training hike for my John Muir Trail hike that's coming up in a couple of weeks. I'll be filming that as well, so I will be back regularly with videos soon. All right, come along on the 29-mile short CDT Loop in Rocky Mountain National Park, plus 4 miles. Oh, and I should also mention, you do need a permit to go backpacking in Rocky Mountain National Park, and you also need a bear can. So I'll put some information on how to get permits down in the show notes. This is our route, by the way, starting at the North Inlet Trailhead, following the North Inlet Trail, up to the Tonahutu Creek Trail, and back around to where we started. Trailhead was full when we got here, so we had to park on the road, adding an extra about 0.2 miles to our journey already at the start. I'm hiking this trail with my friends Pika, Johnny, and Paul, so you'll be seeing them a lot in this video. We started our hike at the North Inlet Trailhead, and we're going counterclockwise. Immediately, we're walking through burn area. Check out all those trees. Pika's been here before and said these used to be beautiful aspens. There's a ton of water on this trail, so you don't need to carry a lot of it. These flowers are known as harebells. And this is fireweed, one of my favorites. It grows really well in burn areas. Look at all these flowers on the side of the trail. It's beautiful. Such a stark contrast to all these dead trees. So much fireweed. I'm loving it. Welcome to Cascade Falls. A lot of beautiful meadows out here too. This looks like a place that moose would love to hang out. We'll take this right to go to our campsite and up to Lake Nakoni. Tonight we're staying at Pine Martin Campsite, and from here we have a 2-mile hike uphill to get to Lake Nakoni. Day 2, here we go. We're hiking up and over Ptarmigan Pass and onward to the Granite Falls campsite today. So today, I think we're hiking about 13 miles from Pine Martin campsite to Granite Falls campsite. This is our day 2. And first thing, we have the biggest climb of the trek. We have to go up and over Ptarmigan Pass, and we have about 6 miles of climbing to do. I'm about 1.5 miles up, and I'm like, oh brother, this is gonna be tough. Let's go. There are wild blueberry bushes all over the place up here. No blueberries yet though. They'll be coming soon. This is a Colorado blue columbine, the state flower of Colorado. A very encouraging sign along the trail. Pause to read it. I love these flowers, but I always forget what they're called. Let me know if you know in the comments. Still got a little bit of snow left over up here. We had a high snow year in Colorado this year. It's been late to melt, hence messing up some of my summer plans. Marmot. Okay, I'm not done yet, but I just want to say this climb really hasn't been that bad. There's a ton of switchbacks, so yeah, it's been very manageable. My friends are taking a break, but I don't want to stop until I get to the top. About 2 miles left to go. Oh, it's so pretty up here. I love these CDT signs. I really hope to hike the entire CDT one day. Okay, so as you can see, this trail is closed to day hikers, but we were told we can just walk through the signs, and that's fine since we have a permit. It's the last bit of climb before the top. All right, made it up and over Ptarmigan Pass. Whew, my legs are a little bit jelloid. That was a long climb, but honestly, it really wasn't bad. Tons of switchbacks, and it's super pretty. You get up above tree line, as you can see, and dude, I love the alpine. I love being above tree line. So I am digging this hike. It's so pretty. And by the way, the pass is up over 12,000 feet. So if you're not used to elevation, you may be feeling it. I'm feeling it.
We're so close to our highest point. We're at the highest.
You're past it, bro.
Oh.
It's windy up here, so we're getting chilly. So we got to move on after our break. I don't know if you can see it, but there's an elk running through the field down there. It came down from the mountain into the field. Oh, and here's another marmot. Gonna be circling around across the way over into that burn area. Oh man, as far as you can see has been burned. It's all burned trees forever and ever. That's depressing. This is Tonahutu Meadow. Look how high this grass is. Okay, so this is where we're camping tonight, Granite Falls campsite. And then just a little farther down the trail is the actual Granite Falls. And this is our campsite. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Granite Falls is the worst campsite ever, and I really do not recommend it. It's completely exposed from the elements. There's been zero shade all day long. It's after 6 p.m. now. We're finally getting some. So we've been stuck out in the sun all day, and there's all these biting flies, and they don't respond to bug spray. and there's all these dead trees everywhere. It's brutal. I do not recommend staying here. Yeah, it's not been great. But unfortunately, when you get a wilderness permit in Rocky Mountain National Park, you have to get a specific campsite for it. So this is our campsite for tonight. So we can't just be like, we don't like this one and move on. Like, you're stuck with what your permit says. So yeah, Granite Falls, 2 thumbs down. Nice sunset though, I'll give it that. We got moose. Okay, there's one redeeming thing about this campsite. There's moose over there. But also I forgot to mention that you're not allowed to dig cat holes here. You have to use a wag bag. So that's also negative points. So this probably cancels out. Still 2 thumbs down. Onward for our last day of hiking back to Grand Lake. Another moose. Okay, here, wild strawberries. Nice to see some living trees. So this must be the closure on this side of the trail. So again, closed to day hikers, but we have a permit to go through this area. If you want to keep going to Canada, you go that way. But we're going back to Grand Lake, so we're going this way. There's a crazy amount of flowers out here in this burn area today. Look at all those flowers out in the meadow.
Never done this part of the trail.
Little concerning, but we were told we could go around the closures. There's Grand Lake way out there. Oh, I guess you could start at the visitor center if you wanted to. We made it. I think that was actually only about 27 miles for the loop, not 29, FYI. We did it! Overall, great trail. Would have loved to have seen it before it all burned down, but it was beautiful regardless. Just as mentioned, would not recommend Granite Falls campsite. Saw 4 moose. And yeah, all in all, great vibes. Had a great time. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already for more hiking content. As I said, I have the John Muir Trail coming up super soon.